All signs right now point to Indianapolis, and all signs point to a reunion with Frank Reich. We know that, Carson Wentz had a very difficult year. He struggled immensely this year, and I've made the case, and I will continue to do so, that it was not his fault. It was not completely on him because that Eagles team, that was a bad football team from top to bottom, from offensive line, defensive line, from their receivers were dropping passes, their cornerbacks couldn't cover. It was a bad time in Philly. It was a the team wasn't talented. They dealt with injuries all year. So anyone who wants to put it on Carson Wentz is just wrong. But that's needless to say. He did struggle, and like I said, there's reasons why he struggled. And I think if he wants to get his career back on track, what better place to go to than a place that has the foundation already built? The Colts are a quarterback away, literally a quarterback away from being in championship contention. That defense is stout, much like the Bucs were before they got Brady. That offensive line is one of the best in the league, with Quentin Nelson leading it. And T.Y. Hilton shown he can still produce. They have good weapons at tight end. They've got like 3 running backs that can come out and produce. So he's going to have everything around him. And what he's also going to have is Frank Reich, his former offensive coordinator, who was with him in that 2017 Super Bowl run, that year where he was leading up. Like, people thought he was going to be the MVP. He had like 33 touchdowns at like 10 games in or something. So he is someone who I think is going to be able to come in immediately and make that team a championship contender. And I'm not capping when I say that. I've said that, Minshew could be a potential landing spot for there, but I see this in the way that Carson Wentz is asking out and the way that the Eagles have responded, and they're looking to trade him this week. Like, they are looking to move on from him very soon. And the only thing that's gonna probably give the Colts pause is, do they want to give up first round picks? And if I was their Colts GM, and I would do it. I would say, if you want 2 first round picks for Carson Wentz, and I'm not going to get Deshaun Watson. That's not going to happen. It's a pipe dream. They're never going to give me him. Do I want Jimmy G, who has been molded from the 49ers about being traded? Is he a better option than Carson Wentz? No. Is Kirk Cousins, who was also rumored to have been shopped, is he a better option than Wentz? Really? No, especially in that offense? No. So if Wentz is the best option out there, and I don't want to bring in a rookie, they don't have time really to develop a rookie. Their window is closing. They have like maybe 2 years to really win a championship. So, and are they going to be able to get a rookie quarterback that they like, that can run that offense from the get-go? You don't know. So I would bet, I would put my chips in on Wentz, because there's been success with Frank Reich there. Frank Reich, by the way, the most underrated coach in the NFL. I must say it, because what he's done with that Colts team in the past 3 years, no other coach, aside from maybe Bill Belichick, could do what he did. Like, they've gone to the playoffs twice, and remember, he wasn't the first choice for the Colts. He only became the Colts head coach when Josh McDaniels, on midway on his flight to Indianapolis, turned the plane around and went back to New England. And he was basically, the scab coach who was hired. That's what he was. And he, first season, goes 10-6, goes to the playoffs, wins a playoff game. Next year, obviously, Luck retires. They struggle, but still competitive. The year after that, they get an aging, decrepit, old Phillip Rivers and make the playoffs.
And they're still real good.
And they're still real good. The foundation is there. The coaching is there. Wentz can improve there. And I think that should be where Wentz, that should be where the Eagles, that should be where the Colts are going. I think it's not one of those things that is it going to happen at this point. I think it's a matter of time before this happens, because there's really no other destination, unless the only thing I see is like maybe if like the Vikings give up like 3 first round picks and Kirk Cousins, kind of like what the Detroit Lions did. But even then, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't want Kirk Cousins' contract on my books. I would rather take the clean slate with Jalen Hurts if I'm the Eagles, take the first round picks, and just go on from there.
Well, so here's the question, because I agree with everything you said, and I agree that Indy is the most likely destination, and I think I even agree that he's the best quarterback available. Although I guess we could kind of have an argument about it, but I think you're right that Reich could revive him,
Well, there's Deshaun.
and that a lot of what
There's Deshaun, but the Colts are just never going to get Deshaun Watson. So
yeah, I don't think so. I think he's ticketed to the Jets right now. We'll see how it ends up going. The thing with Cousins that makes it interesting, and the thing that I've heard around the league is that the Eagles want the Stafford return now that they saw what that looked like, and I think that's real hard because Stafford is proven. Stafford's been on garbage teams his whole life, but it's never been about Stafford. Like he's never been the problem. And I think that I'm not high enough on Wentz to say that you can plug him into a Super Bowl contender, which is what the Colts are with a competent quarterback. They're very Bearsian, that if you stuck a real quarterback on their team, that they'd be Super Bowl contenders. But, with decrepit Phillip Rivers or with the Bears with Trubisky, they're decent. So does Wentz make you a Super Bowl contender if you're the Colts? And on top of that, are you a Super Bowl contender with a chance to keep that window open for 2, 3, 4 years, given the trade package and offset? Because remember, he still has a huge contract, so you got to offset that salary somehow. Who are you sending back? Are you sending back quality talent that's making money for Carson Wentz? Like, that's not a thing I want to do. It worked for the Rams and for the Lions because they swapped Goff and Stafford, and the money lined up pretty well. But that analogy doesn't exist with the Colts and the Eagles. So how do you make the salary cap work? How do you send back talent? Are you giving up multiple first-round picks for a guy who got benched for a dude who was worse than him? Like, I don't know. It's hard for me to see a Wentz trade working well because I just don't see Carson Wentz as a positive value contract right now.
So I mean, look,
struggle to see
the team has like $70 million in cap space right now, so they're going to be able to afford to get Wentz. I don't think that's the issue. I think at the end of the day, Frank Reich is going to have. This is how it works in the NFL. Like, let's be honest. Like, Frank Reich is going to have faith in his relationship with Wentz to go out there and go out on a limb and say, I'm willing to give up these first round picks to get him. Because look, without Wentz, let's say they don't get Wentz. What are your other options? Legitimately, what are your other options at this moment? Because you're not going to be able to keep this entire core together. What the Colts have right now is a very special core that's firing on almost every cylinder. The only piece they're missing since the day Andrew Luck retired was the quarterback position. And desperate people do desperate things. The Colts are in a little bit of a desperate situation. And to me, it just makes sense that Wentz, Frank Reich, that relationship, it makes sense that he's the best quarterback available that they can get because they can't obviously get Watson. So, and the cap number makes sense. It just checks too many boxes for me to say, that it's not going to happen. Thanks for watching this video from Real Take Sports Talk. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Also, remember to check out our live show every single Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on the YouTube channel. And remember, keep it real.